good? Matt Clark here at the new Matt Clark. How are each and every one of you doing on this amazing Wednesday? I'm doing great. My girl's doing great. My family's doing great. I hope each and every one of you are doing great. And I hope everybody's just having a good week. That's what I hope. If you could please hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that bell notification button so you get all my videos when they're new. If you could share with somebody on social media, help spread the message, help spread the word, that'd be amazing. And there's a PayPal option if you'd like to donate, help support the channel. The link is in the description of this video. So what's up, what's up, what's up? How's everybody doing? We're at the halfway point of the week. I hope everybody's just doing what they gotta do, you know? I hope everybody's just trying to better themselves day by day. And, you know, it's progress over perfection. And that's the best advice that I can give. But today we're going to go back. We're going to go back to 2008 when I got out of Joyceville. So I just finished rubbing like almost 4 years, like 3.5, 3 years, 7 months, 8 months. And I was getting out. The problem is I didn't have somebody who was going to let me live at their house, who didn't have a criminal record, because at that time I wasn't welcome at my family's home because I wasn't ready to really turn my life around. So because of that, and the fact that I wasn't a residency case, so I didn't have to go to a halfway house, they put me in a shelter. And I don't know if anybody here has been to the Maxwell Meegan shelter at Queen and Sherbourne, but it's a trip, man. It's literally like the most hardcore drug epicenter in Toronto. And if you're getting out, trying to turn your life around, you're just getting out of prison, you want to stay sober, you want to stay on the right track, you also have to because you're on parole and you're going to be doing your analysis, and they drop you right in the epicenter of drugs. It is what it is. It's the communities that accept halfway houses or accept people that are coming out of prison are typically communities that have things like safe injection sites or homeless shelters, because most communities really don't want them. So they tend to all be in the same areas, right? So I went to Maxwell Meegan shelter, and I'm telling you, man, worst place I've ever had to live in my life. I feel sorry for anybody that has to go through that and is in a position in their mind where it's okay to live like that. But for me, it wasn't okay. But we're going to start it out with telling you a story about, you know, you're getting out of prison. You're thinking your mindset's going to be good, right? But no, not me. Because I was living life at that time on my own terms. I wasn't really trying to be sober. The whole time I was inside, I'm thinking about the day I get out and how I'm going to escape the system, how I'm going to get blazed basically without getting caught, and knowing that I have this grace period of probably 20 or 30 days before they give you your first urinalysis. Unless they suspect something out of control, they're probably not going to get you in the first little while, unless you have a crazy parole officer, because there's no rule that says they can't do that. So my suggestion would be go out to the street. Actually, no, I'm not even going to do that. That's probably not a good suggestion at all. But anyways, so I'm at the Maxwell Meegan shelter, and I'm lost. I'm from York region. I haven't lived anywhere like that. And I definitely haven't lived anywhere like that trying to do the right thing. So literally the first night I'm there, I have a homeboy that's coming to see me later on that night. We're going to go out and have a couple drinks. And I'm literally standing in front of this place, Queen and Sherbourne's, and this guy's like, hey, anybody here know what Johnnies are? And I don't know if anybody on my channel knows what those are, but Johnnies are Neurotins or Gavapantins. It's basically like Lyrica, just a little bit less intense, and it's really popular in prison. It's a non-narcotic, so back in the day, they at least never used to test for it. I think they do now in some places if they do urinalysis, because it's just gotten out of control with the amount of people that want to do them. But at that time, they were relatively unpopular, and you know, really, unless you were inside, and only a small fraction of people on the inside would have any idea what they are. But I hear this guy saying, does anybody know Johnnies? And he asked me, and I say, yeah, I know what they are. And he goes, look, man, I need $5. I'll give you a handful for $5. So he gives me a handful of these little 300 milligram capsules. They're little yellow capsules. And literally like a big handful. And I just started eating them, right? Not thinking about what I was going to be doing later on that night. And the fact that although I'm in a shelter, I'm technically in a halfway house scenario. I have a 9 o'clock curfew. They're going to do rounds and make sure that I'm okay and I'm sober. And me, I'm not thinking. I'm being dumb. I'm not thinking about my freedom. I'm not thinking about my actions. All I'm thinking about is getting the satisfaction that I've been craving for years, and I'm going to do it at the cost of even my own freedom. It shows you how caught up you can get and how unaware of how important freedom really is you can be once you've been trapped in the system for such a long time like I was. Like, it's literally gets to a point where you kind of forget how good it is to be free. And you kind of feel more free when you're locked up. It's a weird dynamic, but it was just the way it kind of was for me. I always kind of felt uncomfortable in the community and comfortable in prison. And I don't know why that is, but that's just something that happened. So anyways, I'm eating these Johnnies and my buddy comes and meets me. So he takes me out. We go out to a bar. I'm taking shots. I'm drinking beer. And I'm not thinking about all these Johnnies that I'm eating. I'm not thinking about the reaction that it has with alcohol. I never thought about it because I've always done them in jail or prison. So there's no mixing with alcohol, at least in my situation personally. So I had no idea what the reaction was going to be. And I had to be back at this place by 9 o'clock. So I literally remember walking up, signing in, and that's about it. Apparently, they did the room check and I was fine. I don't understand how that's possible considering how I woke up. I literally woke up probably like 2 o'clock in the morning, lights on, in my winter jacket still, face down in a massive pile of vomit that luckily I didn't fall backwards, or who knows what might have happened. Who knows if I would have maybe choked on my own vomit and died. It's possible. It's a real risk when you mix and drink and mix downers and put yourself in these predicaments. And I guess I was just blessed that day specifically. And it was crazy, man. I woke up in the middle of the night just, and I'm like wiping all this stuff off in a bathroom, trying to clean up. And there's all these dudes just in the urinals. It's crazy, right? Has anybody ever been to Maxwell, Meegan? I remember the first night I was there, I felt this tingling. And I didn't really put any credence to it. I had no idea what it was. I just kind of ignored it. And then the second night I was there, I felt this burning again. So I got up and I pulled the blanket back, and there's literally these giant blood-filled bed bugs in the mattress, and the ones that aren't blood are on the bed, like literally like they'd been eating me, and they're like slowly it's really gross. I remember going down to the desk and saying, listen, I don't have a choice to be here. I'm being forced to be here, yet this is what I gotta deal with. You told me this wasn't going to be a problem. It is a problem. I went upstairs. There's literally a stream of them walking under my door like it was an all-you-can-eat buffet that's just opening in a town or something. It was crazy to me. It was crazy. And it all coincided with me passing out face down in my own vomit and nobody seeing me, despite the fact that they're supposed to be doing rounds. So it shows you what kind of an environment it is that I was staying in. I'm telling you, I saw some of the craziest things I saw in my life. I saw this dude there walking down the street with a cane, like limping, walking real slow. And about 15 minutes later, he's sprinting back the other way, jumping snowbanks with this cane in his hand. I ended up literally within 4 days figuring out the whole startup, because back then you got a startup when you got out of jail or prison from welfare. So you get like $1,400 or whatever. So I found a room right at Shooter and Mutual. I was living right in the heart of it. Right in the heart of it. Great for somebody who's trying to be in rehabilitation and stay out of prison. Just a great idea. You literally walk outside my door to Mayhem every single day. And it was fun. I really enjoyed the 6 months I lived down there. Unfortunately, it ended up with me getting a breach and having to go to a halfway house. So I only lasted down there for 6 months. But I did learn a valuable lesson at the Maxwell Meegan Center, and that is, once you're down there, there's nobody who's going to come and save you and get you out of there. Once you are at the point where you are living in a place like the Maxwell Meegan, and this is no disrespect to anybody, you are faced with literally like one option. It's done for you, or you work your ass off to get yourself out of that predicament, because it could be a bad situation that you can get caught up in down there. You can get in the mix of drugs or gangs or whatever it is and just get wrapped up in the lifestyle because it's exciting, it's high pace, it's crazy. Just standing there is like a movie. I'm telling you, I used to see people outside there. You'd see like a young girl, okay? She'd be wearing all dressed to the nines like she's going out. And 2 weeks later, you see that same girl wearing that same thing. Like they're just trapped. And me, I was blessed enough to get out of there and really not dive deep into addiction while I was there. But obviously, I share my stories with you guys, so you guys don't have to go through these things yourselves. If I could snap my finger, nobody goes through addiction. Nobody has to go to prison. Nobody has to live in the Maxwell Meegan Center. That's what I do. But that's not a reality, especially in 2022. We know it's crazy out here. Sometimes ribs is touching, and sometimes you got to do what you got to do to get by. And sometimes that can land you in prison. That's what my channel is for, to just kind of keep people up to date with what's expected of you if you have to go into prison. And hopefully people that watch, when they go in, they're not green and they don't stir things up. And anybody who's dealing with addiction or trauma or anything like that, hopefully my videos just let you know that there's more, man. You can get past it. You can move on past it. You can get past addiction. Even a harm reduction route, whatever it is, you can do it, and you can actually put yourself in a position where you can live life. I was done. There was no chance for me. At least that's what everybody said. And look, here I am. It hasn't been a crazy long time, but for me, it's been a crazy long time, and I'm still going, and I feel confident. And if you just put yourself in the right situation around the right people, you really can't fail once you get going, unless you steer it off the tracks. If you could please hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that bell notification button so you get all my videos when they're new. If you could share with somebody on social media, help spread the message, help spread the word, that'd be amazing. And there's a PayPal option if you'd like to donate, help support the channel. The link is in the description of most of my videos. So I used to always get out with the mindset, I deserve to get fucked up. It's my right. I just banked all that time. But right away, I would step out into literally a loss. Because with my mindset and the way that I think, one time is too many. I'm right into the situation again. I'm stepping right into hell, basically, and giving my freedom up within a month, 2 months, 3 months, and literally going through the whole cycle again. You don't want to do that. It's a total waste of time. And I hope that anybody who watches my videos understands that. Like, you're better than that. If you're here on earth, you have a purpose. You just have to find what it is. Love each and every one of you. The new Matt Clark.